Thanks for tuning in. We're Julie and Dana, two moms navigating marriage and motherhood. But this is definitely not your mom's podcast.
What's up, guys? It's Julie and
Dana. This is not your mom's podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Take it home.
Wait, yeah, is it? Yeah, it is. I meant. Yeah, it isn't. No, we're just coming off a long weekend of the end of the year dance recital.
And just May in general, like.
Yeah, the end of school year is coming up.
I just got a list from Lily's teacher, and it was like, here's the 40 things we're going to do in the last week of school. We need a cooler because we're going to make homemade ice cream, and we need that.
Her.
And it's a him.
And
it's super cute. I'm glad like they're doing fun stuff.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
But
just one more thing to think about.
Damn, we're cramming it all in. Can't we do like fun things throughout the year? Sprinkle it in?
Yeah, why is that to be the end? Because they have to do certain things so they can test out, you know?
Yeah.
Or something like that,
I guess. Right? I don't know. They're playing board games and making ice cream.
I think
they're just like keeping them there for a little long while.
Yeah, that's true. They're like...
And like checked out, which I get. I'd check out too if I had 30 kids all year.
Why do we have school till June 5th is the question I'd like to know.
I don't know, but you're not going to get much sympathy from most people around the country.
Most people I've asked are like, oh no, we're out like May, whatever. And I'm like,
that's
what?
Down here though.
Like, my sister-in-law, her kids are out by like May 22nd or 3rd.
So in New York, it was always the end of June, like June 25th.
Woo! What?
Yeah, we don't go back until after Labor Day. We don't go back usually until, there was times we didn't go back until after like September 7th.
Oh.
And we never got out earlier than like the end of June. Unless you're in high school and you were like able to like, you know, like there's testing and stuff. Like sometimes you only have to go in for like a day or two. Mm-hmm. But yeah, always end of June.
Damn.
So when we came down here, it was like a shock that we got out so early.
I just feel bad for my kids. They're waking up now and they're like, I don't want to go. And I'm like,
I get out.
Yeah, and I get it. I'm like, actually, I understand. I wouldn't want to go to school either right now.
I know.
They're burnt the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm burnt the fuck out. I reached a whole new low today. And I'm sure everyone's been in this circumstance, but I kind of wanted to know what they did with it. Freya screams out to me. We've had dress rehearsals like every night in which I work there and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I've been really busy, and Trevor's been able to at least do like the food and the stuff like that. But I don't know. Unless I deliberately asked him to do laundry, he's not going to do it, right? Yeah. Anyway, she goes, Mom, I have no clean underwear. And I'm like, oh, usually I feel like I have some on the laundry folder. Yeah. And I was like, are you sure? Check your drawers again. You know, she's like, no, there isn't. And Trevor went up. He's like, there isn't. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. There is no clean underwear in this home for you. You're going to have to go look through the dirty laundry.
Do a sniff test.
And find the least dirty out of all of them. And actually, I did. There was like a pile downstairs. So they're doing that up here because we have a pile up here. And I was doing it down there. And I did. I had to like, I'm like, oh yeah, this one. I bet this one was one that she didn't even wear and somehow made in the dirty laundry. I was like, I found it. And Styles grabbed it and like ran up the stairs and gave it to her. It was like finding the golden ticket.
So
but, like,
out of curiosity,
how gross is that?
In that scenario, I've had that scenario before and I just send them without underwear.
Okay. Well, she's wearing a dress.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be a lot.
I guess she had her boy shorts on.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That was going to be my next option if we couldn't find it.
Yeah, my kids don't wear underwear a lot. I don't wear underwear a lot.
I don't wear underwear
I think
either.
I came here once to you and I was like, I don't have a bra or underwear on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
know. I
don't
ever wear it, but I guess I felt bad not providing her with something that she's used to.
I know.
I don't care. We sleep without underwear. She goes without underwear sometimes around the house and whatever. But like, I don't know, at school, I felt like maybe that keeps her from like a barrier.
I know.
But like, what did they do in the olden days? Like, did they just freeball it with bloomers?
They always had clean clothes. I think
no, but I mean, like, they didn't have underwear. Like, where did underwear come from?
What do you mean?
They had like bloomers.
Underwear existed for a while though. I don't know how.
What they do before that?
I don't know.
And who decided we need it? It like barricades like moisture and bacteria.
It is kind of gross. It is kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who came up with this?
I do like it if I'm wearing jeans though. That's really the only time I'm like,
because of the knobby little stitch in there. That's the only reason
it's a little
why.
Rough. Yeah, I don't love that sensation.
Me either. It's like it's friction.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
But I feel like, I mean, I'm all for no underwear. I just feel like it's easier. Too. I hate socks too. Like, I hate matching socks in the laundry. I'm like, this is such bullshit. Like, I'm ready to just get everybody the exact same pair of socks and call it a day.
Oh, good idea.
I know. I can't stand them. I hate socks. I hate laundry. I always have a laundry pile. So this feeds into me feeling like a failure. And like, that little scenario would have set me off yesterday. Like, so we made some big life decisions this weekend and we are changing up a lot of things for this year. And I was feeling all emotional about it.
Sure.
And I just felt like we came home after a busy weekend and I looked around and I was like, wow, this house is really bad. Like, I can't believe my kids are living in this. Like, I mean, that's not like hoarder, but I was like, you know, there's like dishes everywhere. There's like, just like crap everywhere. I was like, I want a dumpster. I want to clean everything out. Like, I was just like, I feel like a failure. I can't keep the house clean. I can't keep the laundry done. I can't keep the kids where where they need to be. I feel like I can't keep myself anything. Like, I'm like, I haven't worked out in like a week. Like,
We're like, we don't have any
oh
clothes.
my God.
Wait, someone's really gonna like chime and be like, "Oh my gosh, what a privileged life," or whatever.
It is privilege, but I feel like moms put so much on themselves. Like,
Yeah,
and it's funny because I actually have a husband who's really helpful with most things, and I
I
still
know.
feel like a failure. I can't even imagine if I didn't have him. I would be like,
I always look at Trevor all the time when I'm like, I can never fucking keep this house clean. I'm
I
like, I
know.
can't imagine single working moms or dads that have kids and they're
Yeah.
single working. Like, how do
I
they
know
keep
the
up with
secret is
it?
to not have stuff. And like, I
I'm
just,
ready. Let's get the fucking trash bag and go,
let's get
man.
the dumpster.
And you know what? I don't want ever people have like these monster homes. I mean, that's amazing. It's beautiful. I like coming to them and visiting them and
Yeah.
vacationing them or whatever. But like, I'm so glad like I don't have a monster home.
And
Like,
you
I don't
have a
want to
big
fucking
home.
clean that.
I would
Yeah.
consider this a big house.
It's annoyingly like it's not that big. We
Yeah.
just needed more bedrooms because we
No,
have the
I
same
mean,
amount of
it
kids, I guess.
fits you
But
guys, but I'm just saying, like, I would definitely consider this a bigger home. I mean,
yeah,
same with me. I kind of wish I bought a smaller
me
home. This
too.
does sound so obnoxiously
Oh, we're
privileged,
gonna
I'm
get
aware.
shit.
But it is true. I actually, like, I think being
I
in
don't
it,
think
it
we
made
have that
me,
big of homes compared to some
no,
people.
obviously we're not in mansions.
Yeah,
Like, but
but
you
not
know,
even.
I grew up in a really, like, small house, actually. It
Yeah,
was literally two
me too. Me
bedrooms.
too.
So I'm used to, like, super teeny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
I love small and quaint.
It is nice, and I appreciate it now. I think because I grew up with a small home, I wanted a bigger
Of
home,
course, we all want that
and
different.
I think now that I have a bigger home, I really actually would go to a smaller
I
home.
would too. I
Like, we
downsize
don't
big
use a
time.
lot of it, it's a lot of just, like, space.
Oh, I feel like I use every inch of this home except for the room that we're sitting in, which now we use.
Do you guys use this loft here?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, okay.
Like the kids are up here a lot.
Okay.
Like when the reason why, and I'm a big fan of upstairs and
Oh, I
downstairs.
love it.
A
It
lot of
is
people don't. They
nice.
want like the open
Yeah.
floor down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no offense if the kids come over and they're friends. I love that I
Yes.
can go, you guys have to stay upstairs now.
Yeah. I like the
There's
upstairs and
toys, and it's
downstairs.
for me, it's a bit of peace. Like I could give a fuck what the upstairs looks like.
Right.
Eventually I'll come around to clean it,
Yeah.
but like
As long
out
as
of
the
sight,
downstairs is
out
good.
of mind. Yeah.
We had that person who reached out to us who's like a professional organizer,
We
and
need to
I
get
think
on
we should
that.
get her to come and like do something
I'm
in
a
our
little
house
worried
and
she's
show us
gonna
what to do.
Yeah, but I'm a little worried she's gonna find out how disgusting I am.
I'm sure she's seen worse. There's worse. There's like people who have houses that are like,
Why are you
I
whispering?
don't know. It's a secret. There's people who have like houses that have like bugs and rats in them. We
I
just
don't
have
have
some like
rats.
clutter. It's fine.
Well, when Callie came in here she's finally come back to like finally go through some of her stuff, being out of college for a couple
Yeah.
years because she wants to take the dresser to get her own little place. And I'm like, Callie, I'm scared. I have not been in your room, like in your closet, since you moved out 2 years ago. So if there's
Yeah.
like a candy wrapper or something like a bar, I'm like, there could be roaches in there.
Oh my God.
She was like freaking out, and I was freaking out. I'm like, did you find any roaches? She's like, I only found one dead one up in the top.
Oh.
So there was.
All right. Well, one's better than a ton.
No, and it was like a
My
big one.
standards are real low right now. I'm like, all right.
I know, right? Dirty
Whatever.
underwear, roaches,
Whatever. We're doing what we can to
privilege.
survive.
Oh my God, we're gonna get shit. Okay, so I wanted to talk about like people pleasing.
Yeah, that's a big one. I feel
Because
like everyone is somewhat of a people pleaser. Even the
well,
people who
of
say, I don't
course.
give a fuck what anyone thinks. Like, everyone cares what people think and everyone wants to please people to a degree.
Yes. Well,
To a
yeah.
degree.
And like we've also and there's I think a difference between being polite, respectful, and having manners and stuff.
Mhm.
But I think like it could be older generational like
Yes.
training and societal pressures to be a certain way. But I think we've lost ourselves in a way because now we don't have like no one has ever taught me about like values and boundaries. So I think we just keep trying to people please. We keep saying, yeah, that's okay, or yeah, I can do this, or whatever, and we get to this point here and then we feel really guilty
Mhm.
or we feel selfish.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bizarre that like we don't.
It's funny. I definitely think older generations for sure. Like when I think of people pleasing, like I know like John's family, it was like always a big quote on them to say things like be the bigger person. And I know what they're trying to say. They're trying to
Yeah.
be like say be respectful, be this, but it ends up being be the doormat. And I've
Yeah.
seen it happen to a lot of them many times. And a lot of times it's with family because it's like, well, they're your family, they're your
Yeah.
blood. Like, we have to
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm like, if anybody treats you like crap, I don't care if they're family, a friend, a stranger on the street. You don't owe them anything then.
Right. I
You
know. And Trevor
know?
and I argue about this all the time. He's like, if they're a human being, though, and they're asking me something, I'm like, I get that. That's why you're a wonderful person. But I'm like, but we don't have to be bad people if we can't do that. Like, if
Yeah.
your needs come first, your needs have to come first.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a middle ground. You know, obviously, I get it with like family and close friends. You're gonna have a little bit more leeway there because you know who they are as a person. And, you know, I
Yes.
always say that to Lily, like if she talks about like a friend being mean or something, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, but like were they mean like for a couple days? Like
Yeah.
maybe something was going on.
I
Like you
always
have
say
to give
that.
people leeway. Are they a good person or are they just like a mean person? Because those are two different things, you know?
Absolutely.
And I feel like the same with like family and stuff. If someone's repetitively, is that a word? Repetitively.
I
Yeah,
think
I think
so.
so.
It is
Whatever. If they
today.
continue to show you the same actions, then they're
Mhm.
showing you who they are.
That's right.
And that's that. You can't change them. All you can do is react how you want to react.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate that shit. I'm not a people pleaser. I obviously I please a little bit. There are definitely areas that I'm a people pleaser, but I would say overall I'm not like a
Oh,
heavy
I
people
think I
pleaser.
am, but
I
I
don't think you
also
are.
you don't think so?
I think you're in the middle.
Okay, good.
I feel like you say no a lot.
Here I
Like
am. I'm like, I'm a saint. What do you mean?
I
I
feel like
want
you're
to make
pretty
everyone
quick.
happy. And she's like, no, you ain't, girl. No,
I feel like
you
you're pretty
ain't.
quick to be like, I don't feel like doing that. I'm not doing that. No, I'm good. Like,
Okay, so maybe I'm not a people pleaser, but I have a horrible, horrible time with guilt.
okay, that's fair. Yeah.
So maybe that's not the people pleasing, but I have worked on my with my therapist. Like she was saying, there's a difference from being like always feeling like you need to be nice or you're a kind person. Like so, when the time comes to be kind to someone, if they need you for something or whatever it is, but she's like, you don't always have to be nice
Yeah.
to for nice sake, just to be like nice and like it didn't like work like benefit like you have to have your boundaries and just say like what works for you and what doesn't. You don't have to
Yeah.
just always be nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So, I guess I say no a lot, but we do
You know
get
what's
stuck on
funny?
nice.
Like, I feel like okay, this is like such a simple thing, but I guess you could talk about older generation versus us.
Okay.
Like my dad feels like if he'll be like, "Oh, I have to," he feels like if he's on a walk, let's say, in the neighborhood, he has to like talk to everyone that he passes.
Yeah.
Cuz he feels like he has to be like friendly and nice and maybe some of them he really wants to speak to whatever, but like he feels like he has to and he
Yeah.
like doesn't understand how I could just like walk past people and not say a thing. And I'm like, "I'm exercising right now. Like I'm not stopping to talk." Like
Does
why
what
is
does
that
John say when he said Trevor would freak if I did that too?
John's kind of with it too. He's like, if I'm like working out, like I'm working out, headphones in, I'm
Yeah, but
walking,
are you
I'll do a quick
I was
wave.
gonna say, are you at least gonna do the this? Not even a wave, just the
So sometimes I'm in my zone and I truly don't mean to be rude. I'm just like thinking about something, listening to music, whatever I'm doing, and I walk past and not realize, and it's truly not to be rude. But
yeah.
like sometimes I
What if
like
they wave at you first though?
yes, as well if I
That's
see
what I
yes,
do.
I
I
usually
don't
will wave and
always
smile. I'll usually wave and smile to everyone. Just once in a while I'm in a zone and it's just to say, don't judge people if they once in a while forget to
do you
wave.
think
It's
this is though
okay.
from because you're from New York though, and like people are just not like
People
that?
definitely don't wave as much up there. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I would I definitely have never waved this much in my entire fucking life.
Oh my God. So Trevor's from a small town and like same thing. Like if you come out, like you see your neighbor, you're gonna be chatting for like 30 minutes. Like I can't do that.
I'm just rushing. I
I
really
think
am.
I think I throw off a vibe. Like sometimes I have my dog and if I'm like going and like you have a dog, I might be like, hey, we go, but like if I'm going, you're
Yeah.
yeah, and I might not wave at you, but if you wave at me, I'll definitely like do the thing,
Yeah,
keep
yeah, yeah,
going.
yeah. That funny, awkward.
Yes, that's always the there's this old man that like comes and always tries to like talk, but he moves slowly and I'm like, I don't have
Yeah.
time for that. I love you, but
Oh.
I'll do like, hey, what's
Yeah.
up? I'm kind.
It's hard.
And I'll
We're
give him a few
busy.
minutes, but like
Yeah.
just him getting to me makes me have a little bit of anxiety. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, when you can do this, you can slow down
Yeah. But
for
that's like
him.
surface level people pleasing. I mean, I definitely think it goes deep and I definitely think it can get really toxic. I
Yeah.
mean, you can literally spend your whole life trying to please others and be miserable with
Yes.
yourself.
And
And
you don't even know that you're doing it and you don't even know who you are and you've lost yourself
you
somewhere
do
in
lose
there.
yourself. You
And
end
you
up making it your mission.
identified with being the nice person,
Mhm.
the one that will always help you. Go, Lando. It's
Okay,
my
so
dog.
that's actually a good topic. I wanted to say this to you. So, I feel like do you feel like there are different types of friends in your life that you would call for different types of reasons? So, like, I'll give you an example. Like, is there a friend that you're like, I just want to have a good fucking time? Like, I'm gonna see if this person's and this maybe was more in the past, but like I'm gonna see if this person's around. Like everyone kind of had a role in your life. Like
Yeah.
that's the fun friend.
Yeah.
That's the one who like is gonna like just binge out on food and watch a movie with me and
Yeah.
let us and we could like talk and be ourselves. That's the one who's gonna whatever.
Yeah. When I was younger.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I think
Yeah.
that's so funny though that like people have like roles like that and people's personalities give off that type of vibe.
Yeah. I wonder if those girls that I called to party with and go party my ass off all night knew that they were being called to, like, be the party girl.
Right?
Like, I wonder if they knew that.
I
Like, I am
know.
the fun one that goes out and does things.
I know. It is funny. And then you
What do you
definitely
think you
had
were, though? Who
So I
called you
bring
for
this up
what?
because someone we know just texted me and was like, "I'm listening to your podcast and we need to hang out. I need to have fun." And I was laughing to myself and I was like,
Aw,
"I don't
you're
think
the
she
fun
meant it
one.
like that." Like I think obviously I think that I'm great at everything now, but
You
I
are.
obviously think like it wasn't like I'm not viewing it as a bad thing. I think it's so funny, but I was like, "Oh, that's funny. Like you just texted me cuz you wanted to have fun." Like and it made me think like about people who I used to call, like, if I wanted a fun time versus if I
Yeah.
wanted a serious time versus if I want and I was like, "Wow, everyone had, like, roles." It's so funny
I
that,
wonder
like
what people are calling me for. I don't even wanna know, actually.
I don't know. But I also think you could be all encompassing. I think that you could
Yeah.
definitely be, like, someone who I think when you find, like, a really good friend, that's, like, where the balance comes. Like,
Yeah.
they can kinda be fun. They could also be your, like, just
Would you call
chill
me to sit
friend.
on the couch and watch a movie, though?
No, you don't sit on the couch and watch a movie.
That's the one thing I won't do. Actually,
Yeah.
last night I did. I watched So You Think You Can Dance with my kids, and we snuggled, and it was
Oh
good.
my god, that's not what I wanna watch.
That's what I wanna watch.
I wanna watch, like,
Dance,
fucked
dance,
up
dance.
psychological thrillers or, like, murder mystery
I'm not gonna watch that with my
documentaries.
kids.
Well, no, I'm saying if I wanna watch a show with you, that's what I wanna
Oh, yeah,
watch.
I'd watch that too.
Okay.
And then I'd be like and our popcorn would go everywhere. I'd
I
scream, and then you'd scream.
yeah.
Yeah, we could try that sometime.
Alright. I love that. Me and my friend
I need to
Jenny
have, like, a
used to
gummy or
always do that.
something. This is the only an edible, because this is the only way I'll be able to, like my body will, like, slow down.
Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah,
not a
I mean,
good
I
thing,
think you
but
could definitely I don't know, I feel like I'd call you for other things, not that.
well, obviously, like, we usually have a good vibe, so we wanna go do something fun.
Yeah, either we do something fun or I mean, we could also just chill and, like, eat and talk for a
Yep.
long time. Yeah.
We could just talk and
We
not
could just
have
talk
food.
and not have food. We just usually do
I
in some
know.
part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause it's like da 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 da,
Yeah.
same
But
movement.
yeah, I definitely think different friends have different roles, and I think that's really interesting that, like and I think it's very normal for people in your lives to have different roles, like, it's hard for someone to be everything.
Oh, yeah, we talk about that with our significant others.
True, and we expect our significant others to provide all of that.
Ugh, that's such a pressure. We already went on that
That's
one,
why
so
we need friends.
we'll need to get into that. I do want to, like, interview sometime, people that are, like a legit polycule or something. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I would find that interesting.
Yeah, I wanna know, like,
Alright,
everything.
reach out to us if you are.
Reach out to us. Okay, what about, the other day, both of our kids had, like, some stomach bug thing. I don't know if you actually had it she had a stomach bug, but mine did. Anyway, we were complaining about the fact that, like, that day that when your kids are like, "I don't feel good," and you're like, "Ugh, is this, like, you not wanting to go to school don't feel good?" Like, you always and then
Yeah,
you sorta get pissy.
yeah,
You're like, "Oh, you just need to try and
I
get up,"
know.
because sometimes they're tired or whatever, and then you're like, "Fine, you're staying home, but you are not getting on your iPad. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
boring day." You're, like, giving this, like, complete, like,
Uh-huh.
lecture, and you're like, "Great, my day is,
It's
like,
really hard when you have, like, limited days to get something done and
Yes.
you're stressed out already, and then they're like, "I'm not feeling good, I wanna stay home," and you're like, "Listen, if you're, like, sick, I'm cool with it, but, like, if you're sitting there with a sniffle,
Obviously.
I'm like, 'Seriously?'"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, then I can't be serving you all day. I'm
Yeah.
not bringing up lunch all day." I mean, I end up doing it
I was
anyway.
gonna say, like, we complain about it, but then I was like, "Oh my god, are you
I know,
okay?"
I
And
know.
I'm, like, with them and
I'm cool
stuff.
with it if they're just, like, relaxing and hanging out. I just, like I definitely have had a few days where I've kept them home and all of a sudden they feel great an hour later and they're swinging and they're
Yeah.
climbing and they're asking me for all the
They're
food and
asking
I'm
you for
like,
all this stuff.
"What the hell?"
Yeah. I
Oh, do you
know.
remember faking sick when you were little though?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't think my kids have done that, though.
I don't think mine have either really.
They haven't caught on.
I don't know. I used to fake sick though and I would sit there and I would watch Lifetime
Oh, me
movies
too.
and
I definitely, like,
live my best
stay.
life. I guess
Me
it
too.
probably didn't start until, like, middle and high school, maybe, like, high
Yeah, I
school.
would agree with that. I didn't
I
know
saw
about
the
that in
funniest video of
elementary
a girl
school.
being like, me, 11 years old, calling out sick and watching TLC's, like, Trading Spaces at a baby store, and I was like, "Oh my
I
god."
loved Trading Spaces.
I know, but, like, why were we watching that at such a young age? It's so funny. Like, redesigning a home. I was, like,
Because it was
11.
good. And by the way, I loved it when, like, someone got, like, a room that they didn't like.
Well, there's that one girl who used to do weird shit, like, she would,
Yeah.
like, glue hay onto the walls or,
Yeah.
like, sand. She was, like,
Yeah.
super artsy with it all.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
funny.
I liked it, and then, like, they would walk in. I remember this one woman or man got, like, really emotional and, like, stomped out and was, like, crying, like, I will be redoing all of this. I
Yeah.
hate it."
Oh,
And I
yeah,
was
it was
like,
such good
and
little
I felt
drama.
bad for, like, the interior designer.
I know, reality TV used to be so good.
And
Like,
now it's not, you think?
I don't think so
I don't
anymore.
even know what
I've tried like
What
the
shows do you
whole.
watch? Then that's reality TV. I don't think I
I
do
don't really
watch.
watch too much now.
Oh, I
Every
did
once in
watch
a
that
while.
Naked and
Oh yeah, the Naked and whatever. Yeah.
whatever. Then that got dumb after a while too. I think you
Yeah,
have to be in a
like
certain phase where you want to numb
they
out.
have like Married at First Sight. I tried that once a while ago.
Okay,
They have
I didn't
90
see
Day
that.
Fiance. I've never gotten into that. What else is there?
Ooh, I like the Great British Baking Show. I introduced that to Freya
I
last night.
hate baking and cooking shows.
Well,
There's not
this
enough
one's so
drama in it for
good.
me. I'm like, they're not even
The drama,
competing.
you should see these people freak out over their cake if they put it in the oven too long, or if they pull it out, it like crumbles, they walk over with this big masterpiece and they trip and fall. There's drama,
Boring.
Dana.
Yeah, I want them to be like, fuck you. I'm gonna bake the best fucking cake ever. Like, I want them to like fight with each other a
Well, they
little bit, or
sort of
like each
do.
other and like start flirting as they're like smearing icing on. Like, I need a little something.
Oh my God. Well, the way that they put it in their mouth, they're like, they lick that ice and they're like, and then you're like, and I've had like an edible and I'm like, I want everything that they made right now. It's like
Oh my god,
hardcore
I know
munchies.
John loves cooking and baking shows.
I don't necessarily love
Loves
it,
them.
but like it is pretty brilliant. Like I was looking at Trevor, I was like,
It's
this
impressive.
person is interesting.
Yes.
That baker, all of them were a little like quirky.
Yes.
Because they're like introverted beings that spend their time measuring things and making sure things are just so, and put all this time and effort into food
I'm
and to
so
eat it and
bored
then
even
shit
hearing
it
about
out
this.
8 hours later.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me.
Mhm.
But Trevor's like, it's about the senses though, Julie, like the tastes and all
Oh, you
that.
guys deep dove into that. That's a lot. I want to see like if I'm gonna watch reality TV, I want like the drama of it. Like
Sometimes that drama's annoying though.
I know,
Like
but you
people are
want to know what I lived
dumb.
for? I lived for like 16 and pregnant and Teen Mom when I was younger.
I
Like
think I only remember
ate
vaguely
that shit
remember
up. Now I was like 16 when that came out, so I remember like it was like very like I was like, oh my god, I can't picture having a baby right now, all that stuff.
Real
But
World, I liked Real World.
I liked Real
The
World a little
beginning
bit
ones.
too.
I was really young, but
Yeah, I liked Real World a little bit too. But yeah, I love.
oh wait,
that.
Jersey Shore. We already talked about that.
Loved
That was a good
Jersey
one.
Shore. That was such a good one.
But at the time, I liked it. I don't even think I could deal with that now. Like that sort of annoying. Like
Yeah, it was good for its time.
it was good for its time. I think
They still have episodes. Teen Mom and Jersey Shore are still making the same shows with the same cast.
What do you mean? Are they like 50 now? What's going
Well,
on?
Jersey Shore is probably like my age, I would guess.
Okay.
And maybe a little older.
So funny how I always think like everyone's old now, but they're
I
not.
know. I mean that is old to still be like on that. But yeah, they're all like married and have kids now and stuff. But they're like, we'll go to a house for like a week and like party. I haven't really watched it.
Because I don't like that because now they know they have to be dramatic.
I know. I know.
Okay, it's like okay, this is why I don't like reality TV most of the time because Trevor always tells me because this is what he does, his video production. He's like, that was edited.
Yeah.
That was cut. That was not in real time.
Yeah.
That producer told them to say this or whatever. So I guess I'm annoyed with it in the way that I don't like. It's not that I don't like. I just don't like as many as other like comedians because of the inauthentic.
It's
wait, how do you say
definitely
that word?
not
Inauthentic.
authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not authentic.
Like delivery of okay, I'm gonna pretend to be dramatic. I'm gonna pretend to be nasty to you. It's like
and that's
I
why
can smell that like bullshit.
Well, that's why I think it used to be better because I think it was always slightly inauthentic, but like I think that it's gotten way more as production's gotten more. You know, like they know what people want. Like
the beginning things are.
I think
good.
Jersey Shore first season probably wasn't super. I mean,
I don't either.
If you watch it now,
they were drunk and young.
Yeah,
they were doing crazy.
They were
shit.
just doing crazy shit. And like if you watch it now, you're like, oh, this production was not great. Like the filming's not even good. Like it's not. It wasn't top notch.
Yeah.
But and
That's
like same with like 16 and pregnant and stuff. Like they were young and pregnant and crazy. They were I mean, even off camera, like there's this one of them, her name's Janelle Evans, and like even off camera, like I follow her on like social media, like her life's still fucking crazy. It's still a reality show, but she's not even it's not even on a show. So like that is truly who she was. Like she wanted to go to a Kesha concert so bad that she was gonna if she didn't go to court, if she didn't appear, she was gonna go to jail for 90 days. And she said, okay, I gotta go to this concert. Like she's crazy. She's been in like crazy abusive relationships. She's been in like just wild relationships. Like she's nuts. And like even like I said, even off camera, that's still who she was.
Yeah.
I mean, she's obviously growing up now.
She probably has a sprinkle of what, like schizo or like bipolar or something to make her like want to do risky things.
I went to a filming though for Teen Mom, and I was in their reunion show, and I was in the audience with my sister-in-law.
Did you like it?
No, it was a terrible experience actually. It was fun to see them all like up close, and I will say they really weren't telling them what to say or anything. I mean, they would tell us what to do, like oh clap or like say ooh, whatever.
Ew.
Yeah, but like
I
they
don't want
weren't.
anybody to cheerlead me like that.
I know, but they weren't conducting them. But I wanted to see what the behind the scenes were. I also went to a Maury filming once.
What's Maury?
You don't remember Maury, the talk show?
No.
Like, who's the baby daddy? And they'd
No.
bring out like the what the fuck?
I don't know. It's probably like partying somewhere.
Ah.
I didn't watch
Anyway,
TV like ever.
well, being in the audience is not fun. I had to sit there. We were not allowed to bring any food or drink in.
You're like dying of thirst.
And the filming took so long. I think they were waiting on one of the cast members or something. We were there for, when I tell you, like hours upon hours upon hours. We were starving. My stomach was literally growling out loud. And like you're on TV. So like you're trying to sit up straight and like look decent. And we were literally sneaking breath mints just to like chew on something and swallow something. It was horrible. We left there. We were like running to
Never
catch
again.
the train. I was like, that was not worth it. No.
Oh
It's not like you
no.
get compensation. You just
I was
get to
gonna
be in
say,
the audience.
don't they
for
like
free.
give you guys like prizes or something?
Some of them, some good ones do. I would do like more of a game show one again, but like not that.
Like I don't like some talk show hosts like give you a fucking car and shit.
Well, yeah, like Oprah used to do like her 12 days of Christmas or something, and she'd give out something crazy to every audience member. Like that's worth it. This was
But
like,
we have people starving in other countries. Like,
well, yeah, I guess you could say that with
that's
everything.
a little bit weird. Yes, you can, but like
I think
that's escalated.
I mean, I don't know much about Oprah, so I won't get into it. But didn't she like do a lot around to other countries?
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe I made that up.
I feel like that's
I
how we
actually know
justify celebrities.
nothing about her.
We're like, okay, they make all this money, but they help whatever. It's like, I mean, yeah, they might do a little bit, but like we should all,
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would expect you if you're making really good money, you
should be doing good
fucking
with
doing
it.
something
Yes,
good.
I agree with that. I agree.
Don't
with
be a
that.
selfish little fuck.
Yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, so don't be an audience member unless you're getting prizes, I guess.
Wait, I bet the tickets are expensive though, because you're thinking you're gonna get a bomb ass prize.
No, I think it's free to be an audience member.
Then how do you know? Are you like waiting?
Like
in
I used to be
line
on
for
like
2
a
days?
no, I used to be on like a casting website, and
Okay.
they would like message you with like
oh wait, so
any.
this is part of acting to be an audience member?
No, 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 no. It's not part of acting. It's like it's this casting thing. They would email me. They still email me. They're like, we need someone. You could be like John Jerry Springer. You could be this. You could be on that. You're only an audience member. You're never like on the cast. For the cast, you probably have to like apply
Right.
differently.
Oh my god, this is a world I don't know anything about.
I know. I lived near the city, so it was just like something we could take the train and go to a filming.
That's cool though. I bet Frey would die.
It was
She would
cool.
love that.
Yeah. I just can't believe you don't know who Maury is.
Maury sounds like Maury Eel. Or wait, was
Maury
it Maury Eel?
Akovich, what was his name?
Maybe if you show me
It's
a
on the
picture.
tip of my
I'm the
tongue.
worst.
And
with
they would all go,
names.
Maury, Maury.
No, I don't know. Trevor, do I know who Maury is or whatever his name is?
And he'd always do,
He's like a reality talk show. Who?
he knows who it is. They would always do like a DNA test, and they'd be like, well, Brandon, you
feel
are
like-
the father.
I feel like I've seen his face, but I don't think I.
Or
watched
you are
that
not.
show.
It would always be drama. Like she'd have like 3 baby daddies, and she'd be like, I don't know which one it is. And they'd be like,
Were they all different?
yeah, they were all different. And she'd be like, I don't know which one it was. Like I slept with all of them, like whatever, a few weeks apart. And he would do a DNA test on all of them, or sometimes he would do the lie detector test to see if they were cheating. You are a cheater. And the whole audience would go.
I wonder why we don't do that now.
Awful, to be honest.
That would be good reality TV, I guess.
Yeah.
But everyone's probably open now, so no one cheats anymore.
I think people still cheat. For sure.
I was talking to my friend who lives in Seattle, and she was like, everyone's open here.
Really?
Oh, she's like, everyone's like non-binary, like, they're like, what's the one where they love everyone, like
Oh, we didn't talk about this. There's so
Yeah.
many different terms.
now. And she was like, everyone's that, and like non-monogamous and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. I think in maybe a little bit of the bigger cities, it's a little bit more accepted.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's
Or not a
everything's-
shock.
Right.
It's like not a big deal. She was telling
Everything's
me.
more accepted.
She's like, it's not a big deal. Joy. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay.
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's kind of freeing, I guess.
Yeah, that you could do whatever
and
you
whatever
want.
you want to do.
I think that's why a lot of kids here in the South, especially if they are gay or something, they want to move to a different city because it's like you just don't see that as much.
Yeah.
Or it's like we're still like behind the times.
Actually, it's interesting. I was talking to a friend who moved her child to Catholic school,
Okay.
and she was saying she's not super like religious or conservative. She just didn't want her kids in the middle schools here or whatever.
Okay.
So, we were talking about it, and I was like, my one problem, I don't mind them being exposed to the religion portion,
Yeah.
but I don't want them exposed to any other things. Like, I don't want them exposed to hearing, like, we don't support
Right.
gay rights, we don't support gay marriage, we don't support abortion, we don't
Yeah.
support blah, 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 whatever it is.
Or even, like, shame
Yeah, or
for
shame it, yeah. And, she was like, "I know." She's like, "Actually, like, when she gets home, I kinda have to tell her, like, we do support that, like, like, we're okay with
well, how
that and stuff."
contradictory
But
and, like,
that's really hard.
confusing.
Well, it gets even more confusing. They also told her, like, the dinosaurs didn't exist or something and that there was no evolution. So, like, she's, like, coming home and she's like, "I'm so confused right
Oh,
now."
man.
And I was like, "That's so interesting. I never would have thought about that." When you think about, like, so many people just go to Catholic school, you don't think about, like, different things. And I'm sure they all teach different things. I'm sure they all have different levels of what they're okay with and what they accept and what they believe in and what they
Yeah.
teach. But it's just interesting to hear, like, those differences.
Especially if you're sending your kid to a religious school, but only because you think it's better education, not because
Correct.
you're on board with the
Right.
religion. I
That's
wonder
hard.
if in the, like, application you have to put what church you go to, and she,
I
like,
think you'd
made
have
it
to be
up.
become a part of that church, yeah.
Oh, does she go then?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
interesting.
But they do mass, like, every day at
Yeah.
the school. It is
Okay.
interesting. It's very interesting. But I was like, yeah, that's, like, my one thing, and I said to her, I said, "My fear would be that I send them there, like, to something like that, and they're learning these things, and then we're already down here where it's not as accepted, and you just don't see it as much." Like, I was
Yeah.
like, when we lived up north, like, you'd always see women together, men together, like, I wouldn't have even bat an eye. It was so
Yeah.
normal, And I was like, "Here, you don't see it that often. You really don't."
You really don't,
So it's like, if you're not having exposure to it and then you're
that's right.
learning about hate
And
against
then
it,
think about our
that's
TV,
hard
like,
even if your parents are saying, "No, no, no, we are okay with it." It's still hard to.
and also subconsciously on the shows they watch, it's still not very
Yeah,
popular,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
It's made some breakthrough, but, like, what they're watching on, it's always, like, mom and
right,
dad
right.
or whatever,
Yeah,
so it's still embedded in their head.
yeah, yeah, that is tough. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough yeah, it's
But
tough
it
to
is
be here.
interesting to think that demographics
You, like,
I know.
slapped the mic.
It is interesting to think that where you live can, like, alter how you view
Your
it. It's
environment.
not just your parents. Your
Right.
parents could be saying one thing and you could feel another way or, it's
Mhm.
it's
Yeah, and then your kids are like, if they see, like, all their friends being a certain way, and even though you tell them as much as you wanna tell them,
yeah.
they're influenced by their friends, and their
Yeah.
friends are influenced by their parents, and their
And I'm
parents are influenced by
sure
our
that
area.
this area has come a long way from even 10,
It
20
has.
years
We have, like,
ago.
gay pride and stuff now,
Right. Right. Yeah.
but
Lily was 6 months old when she went to her first Pride parade.
I love it.
So funny.
And then, well, obviously, we've been to all them, like,
Yeah.
here not all of them, but we try to, like usually it's on a day we have rehearsal day, but we'll make
Right.
it to the front end or the
Oh, yeah.
back
Was
end or
there one
whatever.
this year?
Yes, there is. Yes. It's this month, right? It's in the middle. It's the beginning of June or the end of this month. I can't remember now.
Right.
We'll have to
Yeah.
look it up. It's on the calendar.
Yeah.
It's on the
But
calendar.
yeah, it's definitely hard if there's no exposure and then you have a lot of um I just wish like religion would start to move in that way. Like I feel like right, like they're losing numbers. Like they're losing people who are religious who are attending church. It's just a fact. It's the numbers are dwindling. And it's like maybe we could just like modernize it a little bit. Like
Well,
that's cool.
there are like
And
in
there
Savannah,
are definitely ones that are.
there's a great church that I've heard of that's accepting and welcoming of everyone.
That's good.
I know. But you have to go to
And like
Savannah
are they
for it.
going a little bit more science based too? I feel like if they can get a little more science based and a little more open with their views, then like you would keep people around. But I guess like
Or
I guess
just
everybody needs something. You're gonna need your conservative
we
ones too.
all I was gonna say we all have our sports teams.
Yeah.
We all have our political views.
Yeah.
God forbid we all try to come together as one and be peace, love, and
I
harmony.
know. It'll
We
never
all
work.
need it'll never work.
Yeah.
We always are we're so segmented.
Yeah.
We're
That's true.
so I mean, I feel like if you zoom out a little bit, as long as everyone's like on the same page of trying to vibrate in a peace and loving and harmonic way, like
Yeah.
that would be better than anything than
Well,
trying
yeah.
to stick everyone
Obviously
in one
that's the
church or
best theory,
whatever. But
but it's
we
not
all just need to
happening.
meditate together.
Oh my
We
gosh.
need to be outside. Think about if it was like a whole field of people. We're all listening to like singing bowls and
Sounds
like
like Woodstock.
whatever,
Everyone's on
like
drugs,
on
sitting in a field,
sunrise.
listening to music.
And maybe not everyone needs to be on drugs for that. Some people would get a high from that because they'd be pulled away from their
Yeah.
regular reality. And you just sit there and we're all like one.
I saw this hotel that does they give you a like lounge float for the pool and they wrap you up in a blanket and they have singing bowls that they play while you float in this pool,
I have to
laying down,
go.
wrapped in a blanket, and it looked beautiful.
Trevor,
It looked so
this is what I
beautiful.
want for my next gift.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's so nice. And it was like dusk or something because it wasn't like bright out yet. It was just like so nice.
Speaking of gifts, I never even heard of a push gift.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
not. That's how old I am, I guess. Like, I didn't get a push gift.
I didn't get a push gift either. Fucking, I'm going to call him and say I'd like 3 now.
Your
yeah.
push gift is that your husband makes fucking food for you all the time. Okay.
Well, that's not what a push gift is.
Okay. Well, I'm sure a lot of people would trade off on some food being made for them every fucking meal.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, we're changing the
whatever.
subject now.
No. Yeah, no, it is. It is a thing now. People do that. I don't know if everyone does it, but people do push gifts
So
now.
you have to give your person an anniversary gift, a good birthday present, when your baby comes out now.
Yep.
What else do they get?
Valentine's Day,
Mother's Day, and what?
I don't know if there's anything else. I'm
That's
sure
a lot.
there
I feel like
is.
it's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of
Why
pressure.
don't you just be like kind and say loving things?
Yeah.
And
like,
be loving.
is the wife getting the father a gift too? Like a happy, like you're a dad now? Or is it literally just like a gift for pushing a baby out of your vagina, which does really like suck. So I get it.
It doesn't suck that bad anymore.
It's a beautiful moment, but like,
we don't even feel anything.
no, it's not the pushing that I feel. It's aftermath. It's painful
Oh,
for a
yeah.
long time.
It is, but it's not like
and now I pee myself when I sneeze. Okay.
Whatever. I don't know. I'd rather be in this body than.
No, I agree. It's a cool experience. I'm just
makes you
kidding,
a fucking
but
warrior. Like,
does.
you didn't give birth, like,
Yeah.
you know, like that shit's
But yeah,
hardcore.
that baby comes right out and then they're on you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my gift.
Right.
I got a gift. I went home with a baby.
I mean, I think it's actually, if you can afford it and do it, it's thoughtful, right?
I think it's sweet.
It's thoughtful.
Sometimes, like, I've seen ones where, like, I'm like, ugh, like a Louis Vuitton bag or something. I'm just like, what is but I guess if that's what you have financially,
don't fucking lie,
it.
Dana. You would love if you got a Louis Vuitton bag
I actually
as a push
don't
gift.
care about purses. Fun fact, don't care about purses, don't care about shoes.
Just imagine, John, you come home today and he's got like a fancy purse for you.
I would be
Would
pissed.
you get down on your knees right away?
No, I'd actually be mad. I'm
you
not
spent
even kidding.
that money on Louis Vuitton?
I want like, we could have went to fucking I would have been like, we could have went on a fucking vacation.
Let's say you come home and there's a note that says, "Pack your bags, we're going."
Oh my god, I would die. I would melt.
So funny how Dana wants trips for trips, and all I can think about is, fuck, now I've got to pack my bags, find someone to get the pet sitter, organize.
Well, no, if everything was thought out, that's the hot part of that. If it was like, got a dog sitter, got a babysitter, pack your bags, like, I'm not even telling you where we're going. I don't know. Like, that's so cool. Yeah. That's my dream. That's my dream.
Well, you're going to be doing it.
Well, no, my dream
but
is
you have to bring your kids with you now.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be with you a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, that or like, I don't know. There's other things that are more like, I would rather like something sentimental than I would like a bag. I just don't get the bag thing.
Well, I've never been
not
purse people. I've had the same purse for 2 years. It's literally actually like
I just
shredding a little bit. And
I'd rather
I'm like, I need a new one.
I'd rather
me
clothes
too.
than a purse.
Me
and
too.
same with shoes. I'm not a big shoe person.
Yeah.
I
know.
It doesn't do it for me.
It's a way to express yourself in a way, I guess, but I'm not one of those people, like, people are shoe people or like,
yes, like John's mom has like 150 pairs of shoes, and like every time she's with the girls, she has to buy them shoes. Like, she is a shoe person through and through.
Thank goodness
loves
for her.
it. That's what makes her outfit. Like, she loves it, and she has really cool ones too. Like, I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
I just am not one, and I also like am always about comfort over like I won't wear heels. Like, she'll like die in her heels, and she'll be like, "But they're my shoes." Like, I can't.
I love people that do their nails.
I'm also not a nail person. What's wrong with me?
Me either. Look at mine. Mine are awful. Look, mine have the blue still from when Freya painted.
No,
them.
I don't even
I've
have
been rocking
paint,
this.
and they're like down to this.
This is worse. Yours looks nice and clean. Mine's like not
I'm
good.
not a
Mine
nail
looks
person.
like trashy, but I don't even wear my wedding rings.
I just started to again. I haven't had them on in like a year and a half.
I need to. It's because I work with kids and I don't want to scratch them.
I know.
When I
probably
reposition
shouldn't
them
wear
and
them
stuff.
either. I do a lot of things, but I put gloves on.
Well, you have clothes on. That's different.
But yeah, I'm just not that person. I would just rather experiences, vacations. If it's something like that, I do like clothes. I'd rather like you pay for me to go get like Botox or my hair done.
Yeah, or like a spa.
Like, that's or a massage. Yeah,
a massage.
That's what I'd be thinking about if I was looking at a freaking $5,000 bag on my table. I'd be like, do you know the type of treatments I could have gotten.
Seriously.
Like,
I
fix
could
my
have
face.
that would have, like, put threads or something so I
Yeah,
could snatch
snatch
this
me.
back, right?
I can't. This microphone has to be so close that I hit it all the time, like, just
Snatch
slapping it
this.
around. Yes.
Snatch my
I was just
kneecaps.
watching this woman, and she was saying you could always tell a woman's age by her neck and her chest. Like, her face
I
could be
know, you've said
immaculate,
that before.
but you could always see
You
by
gotta
neck and
keep doing
chest.
this too.
So, yeah, she was talking about, like, really using, like, that's where you should be focusing all your, like, more than face care, you should be focusing down here.
It's gotta be one complete
Yeah.
package because 'cause you're going from here to here.
Yeah. So now I'm like,
Well,
should I laser my neck?
well, I'm failing then because I don't think about my neck too much. Actually, I haven't even thought about my face too much lately. I kinda don't have time for it or the money right now,
Yeah.
so you
You're
just
gonna
gonna
get what
have
you
to
get.
see. I'm gonna start putting that, like isn't there, like,
The
tape
tape?
that
We
you could
should
put
practice it with Scotch tape and see if it works.
Okay. I love
Yeah.
how we both raised our eyebrows when we did that. We were like,
Yeah, well, I want it all to be raised. No
"Oh, no,
gravity.
all the
I
time."
just saw a woman who got a facelift, and let me tell you, like, she was, like, 6 years old. She literally looks 40. Like, she could trick
I'm
anyone
telling
now.
you, I want it
I'm
done.
like,
I'm just scared to go under.
damn, that was amazing.
And I also wanna I have a hard time, we've talked about this 5 billion times, but aging gracefully
Yep.
and doing a facelift.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that I showed Trevor a picture of someone we know, um, and yes, years have gone by, so I'm not expecting this person to have aged at all. The problem is they put, like, way too much filler instead of
Oh.
getting that shit snatched back, and I
Yeah.
understand we can't afford it. I'm probably never gonna be able to afford a facelift,
Right.
just so you know. I talk about it all the time, but I'll never be able to afford it. But he was like, "What? That's so and so." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Be kind." He's like, "No, no. I mean, I'm not being mean." He's like, "But I almost didn't recognize her."
Yeah, it could
That
definitely
and he's
change the
like,
way you
"Why
look
do they
completely.
think that that looks good?"
Right.
He never understands why people do the duck lip fillers.
Mhm.
Yours don't look like ducks, but like how people overdo it,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and then they fill their face up and everything's poofy.
Anything.
Puffy, poofy.
Anything when you go to an extreme, even plastic surgery, when
What
you
we're
get your
saying is, like,
waist teeny
we
tiny or your
think that
butt.
we need that, and we think that it looks good.
Yeah.
He's like, "That's the problem." He's like, "You guys think that that looks good."
Yeah. I guess if it makes her confident.
And I said that. I said, "Look, it doesn't matter what you think. No
Yeah.
offense. Like, she probably feels good doing it. She
Yeah.
probably thinks that she looks good."
Yeah. But I agree. I think anything in extreme usually doesn't look aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Like,
But we don't know when to stop
I
because we've changed
know.
our face so much, then we don't know what the real, like, looks like. Not
Yeah.
me. All
Yeah.
I've had is, like, Botox. I mean, I done filler, like, once.
Yeah, I would be dangerous with money. I'd be scared if I had unlimited money. I'd be
You
like,
going for it?
I think I'd go. I mean, I don't think I would do. No, I don't think I'd go extreme with like fillers and stuff. I don't like how that looks for me
Yeah.
personally.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
But I would definitely get like surgeries and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I would come in with a different body.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, if you can, it makes you feel good and you
yeah,
can, I guess go for it,
yeah.
right? Isn't that kinda neat that we can
And
do
I'd
that?
wear a thong bikini to show it off.
Da, 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 da. I'd make you pay for my stuff too then.
Yeah, I would. I would give. Okay.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, I definitely think yeah, I definitely think more people are going to be doing plastic surgery and stuff. It goes along with the lines of remember we talked about last week or 2 weeks ago when we were talking about like money and stuff and how people are having a hard time affording things now. We're also though living life a little bit differently now.
I was thinking the same thing. Everyone has to have a nice car.
Mhm.
Everyone has to have a house where like you feel like this means you've made it.
Yeah.
Especially the car,
Yeah.
right? And the purses and the sunglasses you walk around with, they're not like branded by whatever Versace or whatever
Right.
it is. And the shoes and the way that your face is snatched or not, if you're looking young or not, and then you got to add plastic surgery, we are just maxed out.
Well, I was going to say like I definitely feel like there's the disparity for sure. Like I was looking at something that was like in the 1950s like the household income average was only like 2 times less than the price of a house or something like that. So it was like very
Okay.
doable where now it's like 4 or 5 times more whatever it is. So it's hard for people to buy a home now and I
Oh,
totally
my
hear
friend's
that
trying to
and
do
see
it
that.
right now. It's 6% interest or
Yeah,
something, which
no,
is
the
insane.
interest rate's insane. It's
She's buying
wild.
a house that's worth probably 150,000, but she's having to pay the asking price was 300,000 and she's having to do another 10 over because the
Yep.
day it went out, 6 people are on it. I'm
Yep.
like, who are these
You
people
have to
that
go
have
over
money?
now. Yeah.
But
You
who
used
are
to
these people?
negotiate to go under. Now you have to go over. But my point is like at the same time, not all of us, I'll put that out there because we got so much fucking hate on one of these videos about
What?
when we were talking about like money and stuff.
Oh,
It went to all men that like have no idea about anything, I feel like. That has to do with women or anything.
I like to
but
chime in. Hey, keep chiming in because you're just going to add to our social
I know.
media.
Anyway, so my point being that we are also though living most of us are living a life that like our ancestors did not live.
Yeah.
Most people that got plastic surgery were just for the rich and the famous. Now
True.
it's not uncommon to hear, "Oh, she got a breast lift. Oh, she got a
No,
facelift." Like,
20-year-olds are doing Botox and
yes,
fillers, like
Botox, fillers. Like, we are, it used to be the running joke that like millennials were never going to be able to afford a house because of avocado toast. It was like
huh?
it was a running joke with, like, boomers because we always had finer taste in things. So, like,
Okay.
we wouldn't eat, like, a hot dog. We would, like, go out to dinner, But, like, that's not what's gonna make or break us with a house. But you talk about things with, like, plastic surgery, vacationing the world, doing all these things. A
The
lot of
vacations
people
are on an
the
extreme too.
vacations, like, a lot of people didn't do that until retirement, and I agree with it. I think
Yeah.
we should be living now. I actually agree with the idea of it. Like, I would rather not own a house and live in the moment.
Oh, yeah.
And, because most of us, I think a lot of us woke up and saw, like, a lot of us aren't living to that point, or,
Right.
we can't afford it anyway. So what the fuck? Like, let's have
Exactly.
fun. Like, I get it.
Yes, let's have
I
fun.
totally get it, but we do have to admit that to ourselves. We are living differently. We're no longer most people are not a one-car family like they
Nope.
used to be. Most people have, like, a ton of extra things that
Extra things.
they didn't
And we
used to
talk
have.
about too, and then our kids have extra things.
Yeah. Yeah,
And the extra
extracurriculars.
within the
Let's talk even that,
extracurriculars.
like most kids did not do extracurriculars back in the day, at least not to the point that they're doing them now. A lot of people just did youth sports and through the school, so that also is another
I'm ready
cost.
to set up a lemonade stand and try to make more money.
Listen, we should do that.
I know, because I'm telling my friend said that she does that now, like, one Saturday every month, and she's
Wait,
like, they make, like,
she does it
70
or her kids do
No,
it?
no, her kid, sorry, she doesn't she helps her child set it up. Although I'm not, like, saying she shouldn't. She's cute, she looks young for her
I
age.
was gonna say you could do like a Mom's Gone Wild lemonade
I
stand.
know.
Oh, a car
Oh,
wash.
a car wash! Do you think that people still think we're hot, though, with
I
our
don't
mom
know.
bodies?
Are we are we hotter than
Or do you
these?
think they'll pity us? And I'll take that.
I'll take pity.
I'll
They could
take
be
pity
like, "Wow,
money.
this is sad.
I don't
Here's a
care.
tip."
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm open to that.
Me
Just
too.
pay me.
It's like the pity tip you got when you're pregnant serving. It was
Yes.
great.
Yeah, no, I would totally wash some cars.
Me too.
We
Who'd
should
be down
start
to do that?
we should start doing some side businesses here.
Yeah.
Spend the summer.
Okay.
All
We'll get a
right.
good tan, although I'm trying to stay out of
Yeah.
the sun. I guess I'll have to put on, like,
Put on
fucking
some
50
SPF. We can't think about that.
SPF.
We're supposed to be hot.
All right. Whatever.
Maybe it could be more of like a funny thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they're not hot, but like, I don't know. We could make them laugh.
Somehow. We'll put on some old, like,
Could do it in
hip
granny
hop and
panties
stuff.
and
Oh, no. Those will slide right off when they get wet.
true.
They'll be all
You know what we should
soggy.
do? I want to do a
Soggy,
slip and
mushy.
slide,
Yeah, that'll be
but like
fun.
just for fun, not for money. There is someone inquiring on social media about our feet.
Oh,
We
yeah.
see you and we see your comments,
We
sir.
hear you. How much?
Yeah. You need to start going a little bit more into detail.
Yeah, we need a little more detail on that. But we have one fan, yay. And these are not pretty feet,
Mine are
so
covered right now, but
I'm gonna hide mine now.
oh my
'Cause
god, I
they're
feel like
not
we
even
should
that
maybe we
cute.
should just show them once in a while in the podcast.
Do you ever
Subliminally.
look at, like, your kids' toenails and you're like, "Good God, they look like
All
they're
the time.
homeless because they're, like,
I'm
dirty
constantly
and, like, they're all long?"
yeah, no, I'm constantly like cutting them.
I know, me too,
I'm
right?
like, "Ugh, so nasty." Same with their
But do
fingernails.
you, like, get real specific on your cutting and, like, try to put all the nails in one pile? Or you just let them kinda fly everywhere?
You let them fly everywhere, don't you?
I mean, not the big toenail. If I
Just the
see
big toenail you keep to the side, but everything else is a free
if I
game?
see it, like, come out, I will, like, grab it, but, like, I'm not efforting, no.
Yeah.
Trevor thinks it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
I mean, I've definitely cut them, like, on the couch before. John hates that.
Oh, I
But I
cut them on the
usually
couch
will, like,
all the
sweep
time.
them off onto my hand after.
I'll do what I can,
I'll
but
do
I'm not gonna
I'll do the
effort.
best I can.
I do. If it's, like, there, I'll pick it up, but, like, I'm not gonna effort.
I am so
It's just
not a foot
toenails.
person. It's not even funny. Like, I was just thinking in my head when you were talking about this about, like, I mean, my kids are fine, but, like, if, like, an adult was to clip their toenails near me or, like,
I'm gonna do it right
scrub
now.
the skin off their bottom of their
My mom
feet.
does that. She'll sit there and watch a
Blech.
show, and she's always, like, working on her feet,
Ugh.
picking at them. She's got all the tools.
Oh my god.
And then it makes me want to. I, like, look at mine, I'm like, "Mom, can you rub my feet?" Like, it makes me wanna, like, get pampered or something too.
I mean, I'm
She goes
down for
at
a
it.
good pedicure, but,
I
like
don't want people touching my feet.
oh, I don't mind people touching my feet, but I don't wanna watch someone's, like especially if they have a lot of calluses, I don't wanna watch that come off.
You're a nurse. You've done weirder things.
I don't touch feet.
Well,
I mean, I
what if
guess I
they
do if they have
had
wounds, but,
I
like,
know.
I don't, like I'm not, like, scraping their, like, corns off, you
Yeah.
know? Mm-mm.
We do other weird things, I'm just saying.
I know, I'm less grossed out by other things. It's funny, everyone has their things, like,
I think
I can
saliva's
see
gross.
yeah,
Like, to me, that's a hot, like, cesspool of bacteria,
yeah.
and that saliva, especially if you're not I'm like obsessed. I brush my teeth 3 times a day.
Yeah. Do you make Trevor brush his teeth if you guys are gonna, like, make out?
Yeah. If I think about it. I mean, if we're in the moment,
Have you
not
ever,
so
like, been
much.
making out where you think about it all of a sudden, you're like, "Ooh, like, this is warm,
Not
hot
necessarily. We
saliva."
have good chemistry, but he knows my expectations. He knows that, he'll be like, "I just brushed my teeth." I'm like, "All right." Like, he'll make it known
I never
that it's a clean mouth.
understand. Okay. I'm
I'm
with
not
you on
having
that.
him eat, or anybody for that matter, like, in the past and not just him, like, if we went out for, like, wings or something and then afterwards he's gonna try to go down on me, I'm not having, like, buffalo sauce spiciness down there. And actually, I can't have him just go there if he's just brushed his teeth either, that's too minty.
Oh my god.
It has to be the
I
perfect amount of timing.
actually don't understand, like, in movies, like, they just wake up, they had sex last night, and they're, like, all pretty and, like,
Yeah,
they're in the bed naked
and then they have the
together,
morning breath.
and then they make out and, like, they just start having sex again, and in my head, every time I'm like, "What are you doing? Go brush your teeth." Like, I can't.
It's because it's on the TV and then no one ever pulls out the cum rag either.
The what?
The cum rag, no one ever pulls that out on those
Oh,
movies and stuff.
yeah. But I
That's realistic.
I know, but I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the fact that they have morning breath and they're making out again. Like, if I
Yeah.
wake up in the morning, I'm gonna go brush my teeth first.
Yeah,
I
me
just think
too.
it's
I don't want
gross.
your morning breath.
Yeah. And I'm also not gonna have a full face of makeup, but that's another. Well, maybe I will. It's about sometimes I fall asleep with it.
Oh, yeah, I probably look, like, so disgusting in the morning. Oh,
Oh, I've
yeah.
seen you in the morning.
Yeah.
She's so
I'm
funny.
pretty
She'll have like
horrible
her eye patches on and she always looks like she's like a little stoned.
because I can't see.
I know, it's funny.
Like, I had to have Trevor was trying to show me something today at, like, 7 AM. I'm like, "I can't see that shit yet." And he's like, "You're being ridiculous." And I'm like, "I literally can't focus yet. My eyes haven't, like, focused." But I'm really blind anyway, so
Oh,
yeah, I actually might be blind, Dana. Will you help me?
I know. When we go
And I'm
out to
not
eat,
fucking around. I have bad eyesight. Like, I have, like, contacts in right now. They're, like, this thick.
and when
And as
we
soon
go
as
out
we're
to
done with
eat
this,
and
I'll,
you and
like, pull them
Trevor pull
out.
out the flashlight, it makes me giggle inside a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I'm so about the flashlight.
Yeah.
You should see me read my books. I have this thing that goes around my neck, and there's 2 flashlights pointing at it, and I
I
have, like,
remember
adjusters.
laughing as a waitress, like, in my 20s or even my teenage years when they would be like, "Oh my gosh, it's so dim in here. Do you have a flashlight?"
Yeah. I wanna be
I'm like,
old and
"Oh,
cute.
you're gonna be old and cute."
Like, I can't wait. Like, I wanna be old, like, right now.
Oh, well,
Like, I want to be, like, relaxed more.
like
I feel
knitting?
No, I'm not gonna
What kind of
sit.
old person do you think you'll be? What kind of grandmother do you think you'll be?
Uh, God, I don't know.
Okay, because I feel like you have the ones who are, like, super fun and, like, involved and, like,
Yeah.
always taking the kids, and then you have the ones who are more like, "Let's just, like, bake and watch TV and knit," and then you have the ones who are just, like, absent because 'cause they're partying.
I'm not gonna wanna be watching TV or knitting, but I'm not gonna be the one that's, like, trying to have fun all the time.
Uh-huh.
My mission will be to tire them out, so we're gonna have fun
Yeah.
and then she'll probably be a combo of both.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think I'll be a good combo. I definitely wanna,
I
like
think you will definitely be the one that's like, "We're gonna go have fun." You're gonna return them miserable because they will have been up and out all day and night for 3 days in a row, and they can have whatever they want,
oh
candy-wise,
my god. Well,
food-wise,
yeah, because then it's gonna be like,
clothes-wise.
"Oh, grandma's leaving again. She's going on vacation."
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna
Like,
peace out.
well, we'll see about that. I bet you're gonna be there a lot.
I'm sure I'll be around a lot, but I definitely my retirement plan is to not have a house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess that's what I'm saying when I say I look forward to being old. I teach women and men in a community that's retirement or older.
Mhm.
Actually, not all of them are not working, but whatever. They're older. And I look at them, they're like,
Not a fuck
gonna
in
go
the
to
world.
yoga, go to pickleball, have lunch with my friends, maybe have like a 4 p.m. cocktail or something, or they'll go back to like golf or another
Mhm.
class and then they'll have their 5 p.m. cocktail and dinner and then they go to bed early. I'm like, this is what I want.
It is, it's cute. You should go live in a 55 plus community.
I know.
You
I'll
would do
make friends
so
with
good
all of
there.
them. I love all of them.
Yeah, I feel like you'd love that. Did you ever see there's this girl on TikTok and she's like 20, but she lives with her grandma in a
No.
elderly community and she loves it. She's like, "I'm going to play bingo now. I'm going to do this." Like she
Oh,
loves it.
I want to play bingo.
Yeah. I love bingo.
I just don't want to like sit the whole time, but they don't. People think that like old people like don't. These people are like 80 years old and they're in my fitness class
Yeah.
and then they go after that to golf or pickleball or
Yeah.
swimming or
I
walking or
love the
tennis.
freedom.
Yeah, and they are active all day.
So how do we live like an 80-year-old but like as a 30-something-year-old?
I don't think we can.
I want to.
We have
I
responsibilities.
don't want them.
I don't either.
I want to get rid of them.
Ready? Here's responsibilities.
Yeah. Oh, that's dreamy. But I wonder if it's dreamy because it's not what we have. And I bet you then they're all like, I wish I could be 34 again and like raising
I don't think so.
babies.
They're always like, "I remember those days, busy, busy," and then they walk off and they, like, swing their little bag over and they're, like, off to tennis.
Oh, I
I'm
love
like,
that. Let me
"Thanks."
tell you, pickleball's dangerous. I have a lot of injuries that come in from pickleball.
Really?
Yes.
When I was going
That
for
shit's
physical
real.
therapy for my arm, she was like, y'all keep doing that CrossFit shit because 'cause they're the ones I see and they keep my bills paid." And I'm like, "Yeah." She's saying how
Yeah.
people injure themselves so bad with CrossFit. She's
Oh,
like,
CrossFit's
every single one of these
intense.
people, if they're not older with problems, like, 70 or 60 and up, and it's the young people, it's all CrossFit. And I'm like,
Wow. I could
wow.
see that. They're always doing wild, big tires and like big
I don't think it's
things.
tires, but
Isn't it?
apparently it's as many as okay, people are gonna come at me, all the CrossFitters. I do think there's a place for it. Like my brother and my sister-in-law were really into it. And actually Trevor for like a year in
Yeah.
Cali went too. It was cute. Um, I think if it fits you, suits
Yeah.
you, fine. But
Oh, yeah.
from what I understand, which I could have gotten it wrong down the pipeline, is that there's a certain set of exercises, but you're going till you can't go anymore. So if
Yeah.
that means 150 box jumps, you do all those 150 in like a certain amount of time.
You go into like
You go, you
legit
can't.
fatigue. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Well,
not sure
listen,
if that
I'm not
constant
judging. I
repetition.
mean, you guys are fit. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
are
judging, but
until
like
you're not because you broke
until you
something.
break your bones, but that's fine.
No, you
Um,
pull a tendon or something.
but no, I'm not judging it. I just think it's interesting to go that hard. And you know what
Yeah.
I think is interesting? I think a lot of beginners go that hard.
Right.
That's hard to go right there.
No,
I feel like
I
that's when you
know.
got to work up to.
I feel really proud that I've guided Trevor. I am a fitness instructor, but I'm not like a trainer by any means. But I've sort of been using him as my little guinea pig. And we've been doing like that beach body, 4 weeks for
Mhm.
everybody. And like for someone like him who's never really been athletic his whole life, it's just the right amount of weights. It's no, and I'm not plugging Autumn or anything,
Yeah.
because there's other ones like this. It just
Yeah,
seems to be
anything's
the
like that.
easiest one
Yeah.
I can pop up. It's under 30 minutes. It's like 22 to 25 minutes, which honestly, I don't want to work. I don't have time for more than 25 minutes a day. I don't at this point in my life. It is just the right amount of weights. You got to get heavier weights though. Like if you repeat it and it's like low impact, there's only one day of cardio and then you get to focus on like the biceps and whatever. It's like the push days, the pull days, cardio days, which you're using weights with the cardio, but it's all low impact.
Mhm.
And then leg day. And that's perfect. That's 4 days in your week. Everyone can do 4 days in their week for 20 minutes. And then you're like specializing on the muscle groups. And then you
Mhm.
give, once you kind of go hard on those muscle groups, then you give that time to rest because you're going on a different muscle group.
Yeah.
I think where we go wrong with it, and I'm not a fitness expert, but I think we always think we need cardio
Mhm.
to burn calories or something. I'm like, no, bitch, you need muscle.
Yeah.
Why are we afraid to build muscle, especially as women? You can train as a woman and you're still never gonna be
I don't know
huge.
that people are afraid to gain muscle as much
But
anymore
why do they
as
wanna
like
do
we used
cardio?
to
Do you know how many
because
cardio machines are in
well, I
gyms
was
and
going to tell
everyone's
you.
like on their
I'm
cardio?
gonna tell you why, I
All
think.
right.
Here's my theory. So I don't think people are afraid to build muscle as much as they used to. I think skinny used to be really in. Think Paris
Yeah.
Hilton and like all that back in the early 2000s. People didn't
Yeah.
want any muscle on their body. They wanted to be like a stick. But I think now
Thank God
like
that's done.
people like that. But like I'll say for me,
Okay.
I tend to go toward cardio
Uh-huh.
more than weights. One, I mean I've been doing weights lately, which is great and I like them, but like one I think people don't know what to do with them enough. Where cardio is kind of like guided. Like there's not much error to
True.
do. Second
True.
off, mental health wise, when I start working out for the very beginning, like when I'm like starting my journey, let's say I just had a baby or something and I'm going to like start working out in the gym. For me, I have to mentally get there first, and
Okay.
it has to be something like so a trick I've always used to get myself to, like, work out again when I don't want to is, like, I'll be like, "Okay, like, home is crazy. I get to leave and, like,
Mhm.
either listen to a podcast, listen to my favorite music, or
Yep.
watch a show." And that's how I would, like, kind of guide it,
Yeah, I remember you
and
used
it's
to say it was like a
easier.
treat for
Yes, it
yourself.
was like a treat for myself,
Mhm.
like and it was easier to do that when doing cardio than it was for me doing weights. So, like, I could watch a
Really?
show while I'm on the treadmill walking fast, where, like, if
Yeah.
I'm doing weights, I can't really watch something, I can't pay
True.
attention to something,
Okay,
it's different.
okay.
So, I think, like, those 2
Maybe
things,
people
but
are
I
doing
think
it for different reasons. Obviously,
yeah.
everyone's got their own little fitness
But I agree with
journey.
you, I think that weightlifting is just as, if not more important than cardio, for sure.
Yeah, I just think that like everyone got in this fad or idea that like we all need like a lot of cardio to be skinny or something.
Yeah.
But
Or,
as
like,
far
I'll
as
do
mental
cardio
health
first and then
wise, Well, first, if you're starting off, you obviously don't go with heavy weights. Like
Right.
even just 5 pounds
Work
is
your way up.
good. And like, but I don't know, there's something really empowering when you do get to a point where you've gone from 5 to 8
Yeah.
and you're like lifting, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God. You're
Yeah.
like, look. And obviously you can tell from my body that I'm not doing a lot of weights
Yeah.
and that I'm not like
Show us
gung.
those
I have
guns.
no guns. I have nothing. I have nothing, but I just try to do my best at like a middle ground and to maintain, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe for my mental health. I do go on walks every day though.
Yeah, I agree with
Without
that too.
fail, I go on a 20-minute walk in the morning and then like a 10 one in the afternoon. But that's because I pet sit for a living and I need them to shit
Yeah.
and pee and
It's for a
stuff.
totally different reason.
Yeah, I mean, actually, the morning one I would do anyways, whether I had the dogs or not.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to be with nature. I need fresh air. Like you said, I get to listen to whatever it is. Maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's affirmations, maybe it's calling my mom or a
Yeah.
friend I haven't caught up. I need that to get like my body going, my mind going. I'm like,
Yeah.
on my little walk.
Yeah.
So you're right. Maybe it's not about that.
Yeah, I think everyone's different. But
Yeah.
I definitely think that people are extreme. But it is funny. I saw this video and it was this guy being like talking to his trainer. He was like just getting started and he's like, I just don't want to get like too big, you know? Like I want to get big, but not too big. And the trainer's just like, can we just like start with like starting? And it is funny, like people's fate,
They
like
do worry about it.
you,
I admit that I did that too. The first time I ever had a trainer, the only time I had a trainer, I was doing a lot of yoga at the time. I'm like,
mhm,
I just don't want to undo all the flexibility that I built years to get to. And he's like, keep doing your yoga. He's like,
yeah,
we're just gonna work, but he's like, you're not gonna get big. You guys, it's so hard. Take me exhibit A. I cannot like pack on muscle.
yeah.
It's very hard for me too. And even
It's
with
a
my
funny
little
fear to have.
protein shake that I have after my workout, and I'm eating more protein than usual because I'm trying to maintain that as I've gotten older. You just lose like muscle
Yeah.
mass and blah blah. But like even me at my efforts, like it's not happening. So you have to effort a lot to not only put on muscle but keep it.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole science. And so you're not just gonna get big, my friends. You're
Yeah.
just not
No. No.
by
And I
lifting
don't
some
see anyone
weights.
who's like disappointed in their size. Like it's so funny. Like you said, it would take such intentional living to get that big. So like if you see
Yes.
yourself and you're like, I'm good here, you don't have to keep going. Like
Yeah.
you could like just maintain.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know why we're so afraid of getting bigger.
I don't
Big
know.
is beautiful.
Big is beautiful.
It is.
Tell that to my thighs.
It's beautiful. Oh, yes, and when the men that are chiming in, I bet they would be like, "That shit's juicy." I love that. Like men and women love curves.
Mm.
Like curves are
I think
beautiful.
some people, I think everyone has different tastes. I think there's plenty of men and women who like thin. There's same with like men, right? Like women,
But I
there
guess
are
what I'm
women who
trying to
like
say
thinner,
is,
muscular,
yes, 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 yes.
chubbier.
Obviously, a thinner person is beautiful too. A skinny person is beautiful too. You don't have to have curves to be beautiful, but I think that we think
Yeah,
that it's not right. And
we have a standard.
I haven't talked to one person yet, and I've talked to a lot that have not like been like, love that shit. I love a big juicy ass. I love juicy thighs. I love like there, and it's not just men. I
Okay.
have you know,
Uh-huh.
even women looking at other women
Okay.
are like, that's your ass is fine, or whatever, So, and
We could
even
do
a
a
little
poll.
booty, like, if you have like a friend that's like the skinny one or whatever, you're like, I love your cute little booty. Like, it's all beautiful.
Yeah,
It's all
you're
beautiful.
right.
Peace and love.
There is definitely a standard we set for ourselves inside our head that like is that you have to be thin. And I'm
Ugh.
sure men have that standard with like muscular,
Oh,
you
totally.
know?
Trevor talks about it. He
Yeah.
has problems with that because he's definitely like a longer, taller
Yeah.
person. It's not athletic, right? And so he's always trying to work out to look like what our comparison is to beauty online and what we think that
Yeah.
men look like they should be or whatever.
It's funny though, because I would go on a limb and say that I would guess that most women also, I'm sure like there's an attraction to someone who's like muscular or built, but like I'm sure most women are not looking for that and they like other
Mm-mm.
things,
Yeah,
you know? Like
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
don't
I'm not
know.
thinking about that.
Yeah.
Although one time I had sex with someone that was really muscular and I felt like I was rubbing up against a cobblestone street and it wasn't fun. It was like hard. I'm not kidding.
Oh my god.
And I thought he was, like, attractive. I was in
Yeah,
my
I mean
20s,
it
and I was
is
like, "Alright, this is
attractive.
gonna be good." We're, like, hooking up. It was, like, at one of my friend's weddings, and
That's funny.
yeah.
A
I mean, he's a
cobblestone
beautiful person,
street.
actually. I enjoyed his
Yeah,
spirit
yeah,
and
yeah.
heart. He's just maybe naturally lean or, like,
Yeah.
maybe he did lift weights or whatever, but it was, like da 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 da. And I feel like it's always what we want. But when I was revving up against that, I was like, it was bumpy and like
Oh,
cobblestone-ish. And it was
wow.
not,
Yeah.
you can't see what I'm doing, but
I
it's
feel
not
like I
like
like toned and muscular, like, I think
maybe in
that
the
looks
arm or
good. Yeah, but, like,
something.
I don't think I'd want you to look like you're, like, on, like, steroids. Like,
Yeah.
that's not attractive to me. I don't wanna see your veins popping out of everywhere.
You don't like the veins?
I
You
don't
don't wanna lick
personally. I'm
those
sure
veins?
someone else does, and that's great for
Isn't that
them.
weird how we all have our
We all have our
preferences?
preferences. But, yeah, for me, I wouldn't.
Which is why, like, on certain, like, sites, you can find people that are, like, older
And
or
when they start making
curvier.
AI sex robots, you can design it however you want.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you're gonna
I
be able
don't
to
know.
have, like, your perfect person.
Whatever, they'll keep coming back to humans. There's no
I
one wants
know.
perfect. We want flaw
Yeah.
because it makes it more human, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Well,
on that note,
on that note, us flawed
us
humans
slud humans are gonna go get
and
stuff
go
done.
on a slip and slide maybe.
I really wanna do that. Let's look into a slip and slide for the
I
summer.
have one.
Do you have a really good one? I want a good one
I
where we
have a
could
good one.
race.
I don't have 2.
Well, I wanna go at the same time,
Okay, well, I don't have that.
and I wanna use soap.
I bought it from Sam's. It was like a big one.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll use it
Those
to
are our
advertise
summer
our car
plans.
wash. Over and out. Make sure to like and subscribe. We post a new podcast every Monday.
Woo woo. Bye.
We're done.
Thanks for listening. Make sure to follow and subscribe so you can tune in next week.